In D.C. today, lawmakers shining a spotlight on a specific group of immigrants. You've probably heard of the so-called dreamers, children brought to the U.S. by their undocumented parents. But today, the focus is on documented dreamers, children whose parents came to the U.S. legally, but because of backlogs, some up to 50 years long, their parents are unable to renew those green cards, putting the children at risk of deportation. Now, children of people who immigrated legally to the U.S. have until their 21st birthday to gain citizenship or forfeit their chances and self-deport to a country they barely know. But as NewsNation's Alexandra Limon explains, the steps needed to secure that legal status is essentially impossible.
Nichole, good evening. This is an issue that not a lot of people are aware of. These young people say they consider themselves Americans. They came here legally and received American educations, but then when they turn 21, they're left with no legal protections or ways to remain in the United States. Democratic lawmakers are pushing for a bill to protect young immigrants not covered by DACA, who call themselves documented dreamers.
I'm scared that when I graduate from my PhD, that I will have to self-deport to India.
They came to the U.S. legally on their parents' visas.
Their parents' green card applications are stuck in backlogs that are sometimes more than 50 years long.
Once they turn 21, these young people lose their legal status.
You now have to self-deport to a country that you may have no recollection of.
If they remain in the U.S., they become undocumented immigrants.
More than 200,000 documented dreamers across the country who are living in limbo.
Senator Dick Durbin says the U.S. needs these soon-to-be young professionals.
Think about how many times we've been told we don't have the workforce we need. We're desperate to find people to fill the jobs.
While Congress has been unable to pass comprehensive immigration reform for decades, this group of Democrats is hopeful that this more narrow legislation has a real shot at passing. The bill would allow people like Millie Herrera to apply for green cards.
Aging out of the system at 21 means disrupting my path in higher education. It makes applying to colleges a lot more complicated. And it makes my future a moving target.
With bipartisan co-sponsors, supporters believe the legislation can get enough votes to become law. In Washington, Alexandra Limon. Nichole, back to you.
All right, thanks, Alexandra. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.